Welcome to Warblog and part 6 of game 2 of the El Qantara and Al Firdan scenario. It's the Israeli turn, and they've just got their reinforcements on to some extent. I mean, they've already been making ground. These ones have been really stuck there for quite a while now against these embedded Sega units. They've held their ground up in the northern sort of Suez sector fairly well, but the Egyptians have just broken through. Well, they basically made a separate initiative. They were fighting mainly across this bridgehead and these two bridgeheads into these two forts, but now they've actually made a separate third sort of crossing at El Qantara. And will they be able to repulse them? Possibly. They're also looking as though they're going to make more bridgeheads across here. They've got more engineers there, and they've got this is a threatening zone. They've made clear gains across here. They haven't managed to destroy this unit, which is sort of isolated against the river, against the Suez. They're clearly broken through here, but they've got these reinforcements here, so it's a real stonker. You can see this sort of you can see this breakthrough here. Where they haven't made a breakthrough anywhere else, and I mean these units that's the remains of the Sagas, and these ones also broke through there. So it's really a case of, can they push this back, because they've got these now that can reinforce. So can they push this way and this way, and can they, let's forget about that to some extent, and can they contain that? But they've also got to thwart an attack there and elsewhere. So let's see. Another exchange. They just can't get past these units. This armor has so much potential. We drove through them here, we drove through them down there, but here they've just been stuck. What do we want to do with that? Let's see whether we can get in with one unit. Got him. Right. That frees up this sector here. 0.21. I'd rather use my artillery against big stacks like that. Pushed him back. Let's continue that push. Got him. And then we can have another crack into here. DR. So they're pushing that line back. I thought we got a DR against that guy. So he got a failed morale. But it didn't do anything. Right, I'm going to have to look into that. Okay, I really have the ability to solve that now, but I've made a change. Basically, I've just moved the site over to a new server and upgraded to PHP 7 if you haven't had any of my other videos, and I think it's a spin-off from that, so obviously it should do, but I've got an idea of what it is, but we just have to wait to another route, which is a bit of a pain, but let's see what we can do against this unit. DR. Okay, so we're still doing the same thing, we're pushing these things back. So down here, now we've used a bit of artillery against this stack, so it's had a small effect. Really want to push these guys out. This should be close, but I'm happy to give it a go. Oh, 1-to-1 and a DR. That's very near 2-to-1. Like another go against this stack. DR last, we got them out of there. So we even got the bridgehead back. Move there, we should still have some movement. I'm going to play it safe and commit both of them against this unit. Safe. It's difficult really, because feel like I should really try and push these units back. So we really need a breakthrough opportunity. 7.15. Do we have any artillery we can get on that? No. So what I'd like is to move them out. Might be able to do it this way. No, still not near enough. Let's fire against this stack. Nothing. Well, that was good. I got one of them. Did he rout? Doesn't look like he's in there. Looks like it worked this time. So this one, who is number 28, is no longer in there. So it worked. I figured it. I know what it was. You can't just say MySQL query, data link query, brackets. You've got to say something equals that. So I just put in $x equals data query. It seems to have started working now. So another PHP 7 resolved. Still want that. This is an important one, I think. It's so important that I think. But that's important as well. I mean, how much are they in there? I mean, he's worth nothing. He's worth a little bit. We've got a full surround on it. Well, a reasonable surround. We don't have to move anything to do it. It'd be nice if we could achieve something here. But what are the odds? We could have him, let's say, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 against. That could be a 1-to-1. It could be the same. Because he'll be worth about 1, about 4, 5. They're both approximately going to be 1-to-1s. In which case neither of them are worth it. But here we want to pummel this unit. Get them onto the road. Lots of artillery. I wouldn't mind taking that out. But I wouldn't mind clearing that, just making sure that they can't actually clear the mines or use them, because otherwise that is going to be delicate. So everything against that, everything that's available against that. Seven, 6, 3, 3. This is desperate. We've got to repulse them from this side of the Suez. Oh, God. 1 to 3. Well, that was it, really. I didn't think it would be that bad. It's these minefields and things. They're really, really big factors. So I wish I could go back on that. Could maybe at least try that. It's almost worth throwing in the towel now. For all that careful planning, I made such a stupid mistake as to just not think about that. I just thought it would be easy. Minefields and obstacles. Well, at least we've got all of that. I mean, all we've really lost is that. I mean, they're probably going to get into these, so let's end the turn. So the Egyptians are now laughing as they pour across this border into the fort. Look at that. Couldn't have had that any easier, could they? They're going to demine the town if it works. Oh, it worked, look at that. But look, it's 4 mines. They're going to take a long time to get through that. Now 3. Well, I think we can take a chance. Oh, well, they're going to be quite strong in there. They're going to be quite strong. Let's use some artillery against this. Two. That's better than nothing. Let's just use all of this. DR. Do we want to move over and start clearing mines, or put a bridge into there? Just going to go over. Maybe move into there and start clearing mines in there. I think I'm going to go for another assault. An exchange, but they routed. One of them routed anyway. Northeast. I'm very tempted. This one is there and this one is there. Just doesn't he want to do an anti-tank? Yeah, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's useful. That leaves him at 1.4, 7.7. So let's do this attack here. Okay, so we pushed him back. Pushed him back as well. We're breaking through across the series. Yep, and he's eliminated. Which one was it I wanted to use? The one that's basically got no movement left. The other one, this one. 4R. That's the hex. There's the one at 0.553. Oh, look at that. Okay. Well, I think it's going to be an Egyptian victory. The Israelis need to stop them crossing, and they were doing very well. But losing that was just the end of it. This disappointing, but slightly predictable. Down here, it's just, they might be able to make something of that. I mean, that was just typical, this effort. And this is what they were there for, to hold these units back. I mean, they've kept these units out of the conflict. That's what they were there for. Just really need to sort of punch through. We want to try that. Why not? How are they in the game? There's a bridge. Okay. DR. Pretty tough setup there. I don't want to attack them again, they're just too tough in there. Lots of available engineers. I want to make some ground here somehow. What I'm thinking of doing is pulling the Egyptian forces back, but then that will allow these to get into the fray. I really want to sort of pummel these units so that it's sort of irrelevant. But they're a bit tough in there. We can any anti-tank in there. Oh, do that sort of damage? No. Oh, we've still got all this stuff to move. Look, lay of the land under there. So we can come in through here, completely uncontested. Where do we want to go? There. Why not? Let's go there and there. We should be able to come down this road and get that stack, look. Oh, can we face off that armoured unit? Doesn't matter, I mean, we're going to face them off next turn. It'd be nice to get rid of this stack. There's 2 lots of artillery in there with infantry that's worth nothing. But they can't move anywhere. That's it. Right, okay, fair enough. I'll move these engineers north. They're only worth 2. I get these units. We don't have any armour down there. Right, I'm going to do this. With the mechanized support, we should have something here. Six to 1 DE, that was good. Okay, so we're pushing out nicely there. I don't really feel like attacking too much here. I think I want to push this wall again. If I leave him there, he will recover to 4.2. It might be best to do that. They've still got fairly significant zones of control there. Could probably push him back. I really need to deal with these people. Let's just do an attrition. This will give me an idea of the odds as well. See, 1 to 1, that's not good. But that's given them some attrition. Okay. Look at that. That's that problem. Why is it doing it? See, I think it's because of this white space, and this file I think is just too large. So I'm going to have to try and do something about that. Okay, I've done something. I know there's scope for reducing the size of this, but I've never seen it cause a problem before. I can't remember what I was doing now. Okay. Israelis. Oh, they're going to have to start recovering. So I'm just going to leave them to recover. down here. Just stupidity. That's why they're losing there. Let's see whether we can get something out of this. Depression 7. These are not strong units. How much artillery can we get against this? This is one of these big ones. Okay, 2 of them. 7.8, 4.6. Use this piece against it. Okay, that's better. And the other unit, what can we get against that? Let's put at least 2 or 3 in there. This guy first. No effect. 0.6. 0.7. So we didn't get any routes, but I think we can possibly push them out. But can we do both of them? So if this armor had got through, we'd be able to push back here. Desperate measures. Yeah. Oh, we've still got a line. Let's complete the line like that. Nah, this is just it's over now, isn't it? We're not going to do anything there. I mean, we'll be able to push back against this. Look at all that. We might be able to break that stack there. Let's go for it. We've got to have something. Because otherwise I'm just going to finish it. An exchange. Nope. Nope. They are not making the sort of the really nice gains that we'd like them to make. But before we do that, let's use our artillery here. Howitzers. Okay, so we've got 1 of them out. Where to get a route. Oh, look at that, 2 of them routed. So they've got a punch in them, but it's just not enough, I don't think. Could possibly push down on here. I get stuck again. This is frustrating because if I can't solve this, then this platform's no good. The thing is, I can sort of, this sort of stuff, I can probably put into a style sheet. This is specific. This is actual location. All this stuff I could probably put into a class. That will reduce code. Get rid of all this white space. I mean, it's 4,000 lines of code there. Let me see what I can do in the short term. Okay, done a few more tweaks on the server. In particular, I changed the php-ini file. I thought I'd done it originally, but what I did didn't work. So I've done a few things, including the buffer PHP, the buffering, and well, more in particular the amount of memory that bit of script can use up. But I'm hoping that this will balance out eventually. But unlike the Israeli defense of the Suez. Studios really turn. I mean, they've lost everything here. We've got this one unit trying to fend off like the Battle of the Bulge. Doing okay here. Do we want to attack that? Might as well. It's all or nothing now. Well, it's nothing. One exchange. Well, they seem to be getting a lot of these fortification hexes effortlessly. Do we want to finish them off? Sort of got to get rid of them. Right. I think really want to send all this armoured stuff up this road. Just clearing everything off the board. We're really still trying to cross this at this point. Is there way on? Okay. Got to be able to cross now. I'm just going to send everyone in. One to one. Why was that? Because he's 10 depressions. Oh, I didn't think of that. What's he on? Okay, let's use him. Back to game. No, that's not what I meant to press. Okay, that's what I thought would happen, but I want to use the mobile one so that I could push a lot of these guys out like this. No, not him. I see they've already sort of moved. Okay. Well, they should collapse. So should these. So the thing is, our units aren't really that tough. I'm tempted to continue with another turn another video, but to be quite honest, I really don't see the point. They're just not going to be able to withstand the full force of all of this, especially all this fresh armor. You know, but what I'd like to do is play it again. I really would, and get it done properly, just when it mess up the air power. I'm so tempted to do that, and it's such a strange tangent, you know, because I've been doing this game now for nearly 4 or 5 years, and I've never ever done more than an introduction. I've never played the same game through, and I don't consider this to be a big game. And it's not because I've got any interest in the Arab-Israeli war or this war, the Yom Kippur War. It just happens that I've sort of started playing it. The first game was sort of interesting, but they just left me wanting, as I've always expected and imagined, to want to play it again, and I sort of want to play it again. And this demonstrates, as far as I'm concerned, quite clearly the fact that each one of these games is like significant in its own right. You know, in the sense that you can play it again and again. The Egyptians should win, and they are winning, and they've won both times. But you keep thinking, well, what if this? Now, we've had problems with the game engine because of the poor server, which I've sort of upgraded now, and the delivery of the new server, which is almost over. There are probably a few more little glitches, pages that I haven't been to for a while. So I think I might just play this again from scratch on the new fancy fast server and see how it works out. But I think I'm going to say that this is an Egyptian victory, instead of just sort of beating it to the end. And I'll speak to you later. Cheerio.